What I left you with last time was that we had once again gotten our butts kicked and blasted. I got wounded, Lieutenant got wounded, Duckworth escaped unharmed, but the TC was badly hurt. Both legs shot right through. And away we go back up to the top of the Caliche Hill, regroup. I get my Purple Heart announcement that I've been wounded, I'm walking wounded. So we clean up the track a little bit, reload, and get our wounded out of there. And then we mount back up. But this time there's a serious plan. 2-6 is going to lead the entire column out of that Caliche Pit and back to the highway. We're going to go right straight through that ambush. But there's a problem. The dogleg. Obviously, we're going to have to slow down at the dogleg, make this sharp 90-degree turn to the right, roll about not even 100 meters, 50 meters, a sharp dogleg to the left. Basically, it cuts across a little drainage canal right there. So now we got to make that turn, and essentially the track is going to have to stop right in the face of the enemy and then stop again to make the left turn. And everybody following us is going to be right in that same hot spot. We know the enemy's got a heck of a roadblock set up there. Well, the lieutenant, I'm in the 50 caliber in the turret. We only have one gunner. Duckworth is now the gunner and the left-hand machine gun. And lieutenant is standing behind me with a new radio, with his backpack radio in his hand. And he leans forward and he tells me, okay, we're going to roll down this road. We're going to go like a bat out of hell. He says, you tell your driver to keep going no matter what. Even if we take a hit, as long as that engine's running, keep going. We're going to go right in, and at point blank range, I want you to light up that damn roadblock with a 50. So he said, don't shoot anything until we get to the roadblock. All 50 rounds have to go up and down right there to get their heads down. If we stop, everybody has stopped, that's going to be it. We're going to take a lot of wounded. All right. Point blank range. So as we're rolling, we come out of the Caliche Pit, we form up and go down the road. 2-6 in the lead. There's no telling how much shit is going to be flying at us. And don't forget, we've just been hit by a recoilless rifle just before. So those things are very accurate, and I'm expecting this is going to be it. But for some reason in my head, there's a craziness about this whole thing, in that I focused entirely on the lieutenant telling me point blank range. I keep thinking, this is a 50 caliber. I knew what it could do. The point blank range for a 50 caliber, holy cow, that's nothing. Point blank range, so it's point blank. I mean, right in their face. Okay, I'll wait. Well, there's the dogleg approaching, and we're going about 20 miles an hour, 25 miles an hour, which is pretty fast in a track. And as we're approaching that, we get within about 50 meters, and my fingers are just starting to apply a little bit of pressure on the gun, on the triggers. And an RPG comes ripping out of those bushes right in front of us. And this RPG just comes straight at us, and I see a tail fin flip off of it. And it destabilized the round, and it nosedived into the dirt, right? Hit the road, ricocheted kind of in a wobbly fashion right up over us, and exploded in the road behind us. What the hell? That's some kind of luck. Well, after I regained my composure from that, which only took a split second, I lit him up. And I did exactly what the lieutenant said. Boy, I peppered the hell out of it. 50 caliber point blank is a very intimidating weapon. And I was right on. I was a damn good shooter. I knew where I was putting my rounds. And I just burned that barrel up. And the driver made the right-hand turn, went around, turned left. We never got a shot on it except we crossed the dogleg. everybody else followed suit. And each track that came to the dog leg lit them up. And the machine guns, the side machine guns, just kept spraying the bushes back and forth, everybody's guns. And so there must have been 20 M60 machine guns all at one time, just going up and down where the enemy was hiding, plus the 50s concentrating on that dog leg. Around the corner we went, everyone made it to the highway, no casualties, no wounded, no wrecked vehicles. The only round they fired was that RPG that went bad. Whew, it was one lucky move. And we have pretty much that auxiliary lieutenant, and I'll mention his name because I just talked to him not too long ago, is Lieutenant Beaton, Kevin Beaton. And if it hadn't been for that guy, I don't know how in the world we'd have got off that. I guess I gave zero chance that we were going to make it around that dog leg. But audacity paid off. You know, it was kind of an incredible move. I was very surprised by it. But then the battle kind of went a little bit more crazy after that, because now the enemy has infiltrated the entire Song Bay area with battalion after battalion. Don't forget, this is Tet of 1968. These people were deadly serious about winning this. They were going to inflict as much damage as possible on this whole American adventure. I don't really, to this day, understand what the guidance and motive to the North Vietnamese was to conduct Tet. I don't think the results of the Tet offensive, of course I'm talking big strategy here, and that's really not my purpose, but the entire Tet offensive was really rather disorganized. We pretty much had everything under control as Americans. The Vietnamese were startled. But now then, we do small fighting the rest of that day, and we make it again back to the Lager position in the rubber tree plantation. That's where I get my wounds finally treated. It was by then really starting to swell up and get sore. I was not aware, I couldn't actually see the wounds except on the back of my thigh, and I had a couple of little shrapnel pieces on the front of my right thigh, which I still carry to this day. I had a chunk taken out of, I don't know if you can see it, taken a piece of the radio about the size of a nickel, looked like a little flat disc, was stuck in that arm. And they pulled that out and stitched me up. So that's the only scar I've really got, except the scar on my ass. And that was a very adventurous day. The enemy again left us alone at night, which seemed to be kind of odd. We pulled guard duty. Now they had a little more sense about what was going on in the night, and so they gave us auxiliary troops that came up and helped us pull guard through the night, so we didn't have to pull such long 2-hour shifts, and we all got rested up. But the next day was an even bigger adventure, which I'll tell you in part 8. Thank you.